it's a big thing. Now, there's a lot of lots in town that could feasibly get it, but we want to make an educated response. And then we went over the proposed cannabis and hemp product ordinances, and at that time it was decided to put to council that we follow whatever the state wanted in the short term.
Looks like they'll be going back to work a little bit.
A little bit. That was it.
What'd you do this weekend?
This weekend I had the pleasure of going to the League of Minnesota Cities conference, meeting with a number of representatives from the league and quite a few first-time members and mayors for their towns. The cannabis ordinances were definitely the talk of the room. I can say we are definitely not alone in this. I've heard opinions going from one end to the other, from no to let it run wild. But yeah, that was Friday and Saturday morning, and made some good contacts, learned some good things.
Good.
Don't remember anything.
Okay. Administrator report.
Oh, man, that's me. In tonight's report, you have the January reconciliation from the bank. You have the cash balance report dated last Friday. We did print out the entire city budget as far as the unaudited numbers. That's why this is so thick. There's about 25 pages of it is that. And as I did say, the auditors will be here next week again. We did receive the December settlement from the county as far as property tax settlements. We get that every month. We just wanted to point this one out to you because there were a few delinquent tax payments on there. So we got that all coded to the right place. You have the building permit report from the last 3 years. Permits were down a little bit from 2023, but the valuation increased due to the projects that did take place in 2024. And then you have the annual Board of Appeals and Equalization that the county hosts. For Janesville residents, that will be Tuesday, April 22nd at the county courthouse. I put the notice on the bulletin board out here in the lobby. And then last but certainly not least, I do have good news. CETA started working here last week. So James started working with us 3 days a week. He will be at the EDA meeting tomorrow introducing himself. That's all I got.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Alright. Department heads. We have Steve and Mike both. If you have more to add, otherwise I think we covered most of it in the meeting. Anybody have any questions for Mike? Steve?
Sitting too long. Sorry to hear that.
Gave you the end of the year fourth quarter report. A couple of the highlights that I wanted to point out is we are up almost 500 calls from 2023, which is about 20%. Down one arrest from 23 with 129. And then we have, of the 123 cases, there's 118 that were convictions, 8 dismissals. 3 of those dismissals were proof of no insurance. Basically, that's a ticket that if somebody gets, and then they can take their proof of insurance to the courthouse, that just gets dismissed. So it kind of counts in the negative aisle, but it's really not. I did get 2 more convictions today, but it's too late to get it into the packet. So that's a 96% conviction rate. Pretty proud of that. As we've done pretty good with that rate. for years. We're really fortunate to have that kind of number. And then there's a breakdown of the crimes and what days they are on, and stuff like that. We're still down part-time officers. We're sitting at 8 right now, and so we do have a couple spots open yet. About all I have.
Anybody have any questions for Steve?
Just a curiosity, how many officers are at max capacity?
Right now, we have 8 on the roster. We have 10 badge slots available. We did retire 1. Normally, that would be at 11. So we have 2 openings available, and then if we were to get to the numbers that we had before, we would have to create another. So we have, essentially, on the roster we have now, we've got 2 spots open.
Officer Steve, could you explain the last page in your report, it's the 911 hang-up? That's not the first time I've seen that come through on a report.
Basically, somebody calls 911 and hangs up.
But it's from our community?
This is from our community. This is handled by the Waseca County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
And from time to time, we'll have officers on a call, and the county's able to respond quicker. They're in the area, they handle it, and so that's typically, that number is usually 0. But from time to time, they'll be in the area and just run the call for us.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You got things involved also with a 4-year-old getting your phone and accidentally on the parents. That literally was the night yesterday. My 4-year-old was like, she started to the emergency call and I was like,
Or a 50-year-old, and all it takes is one.
Yeah.
And more often than not, it is something like, I mean, not always, but I'm guessing.
It also rings when the mice crawl into the wires under your desk and chew them on.
Okay, next on the agenda.
Anything else?
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Mike.
All right. Under staff reports, start with Glenn.
Yeah, I have a couple things under admin tonight. The first one, pretty excited about this. About a week and a half ago or so, I went over to Waseca. The Waseca County, along with the University of Minnesota Extension, they were successful in getting a grant to construct a workforce development center in our area. So we will be discussing this over the next 18 to 24 months as to what would be the best fit for the Waseca area. There's people from kind of all walks of life that was in the original meeting that kind of, kicked this off. I think we probably plan on meeting about every 4 or 6 weeks or something for a while here. So, pretty excited about that. Thought I'd put it on the agenda because it's good news. It's something that's needed here, and it's a good opportunity for government, schools, churches, healthcare, private, all to get together and talk about what's best for the county. So, I like it. And the second item I have is letter B. We do have a vacancy on the Planning Commission. Mark Spitzak has moved from Janesville, so there is a vacancy with his seat. So if you know of anybody who would be interested, please let me know. We can recruit them. The vacancy, the term expires in December of 2026. So we had almost a couple years left. So tonight's resolution will declare that vacancy.
Motion to approve resolution 2025-04. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, public safety, we just kinda heard from both of them guys, so how about public works?
Yeah, Joel, while you come up here, I'm gonna give them, we have some updated numbers from today. That sheet there. So you don't have to look at that. Got it. Alright.
So yeah, basically just have two proposals in front of you here for a purchase of a new payloader. This has been in our long-term plan, and we have budgeted approximately $100,000 for this year's budget cycle, kind of as a down payment for this piece of equipment. This is not a replacement, we're adding. So we're not selling, trading, and thought about trading in our road grader, but just for the value that they would have offered to us for it. Just kind of makes more sense, just hang on to it and keep maintaining our alleys and using it for snow plowing. So this is adding a new piece of equipment. So yes, I think the old numbers were in the packet before, have since been adjusted. We removed some, did a lot of trimming, did some of the stuff we didn't need, heated, cooled seats, fancy monitors, you know, stuff like that, we kind of trimmed, so that's kind of what the numbers are reflecting, why they're lower. So, that being said, John Deere, both comparable models, same size, basically same specs, just different vendors. Came in at a total of $255,412. And the Cat 930 came in just under that at $254,095. Both with pretty much the same warranty, 84-month, full warranty, full machine warranty, hoses, axles, all covered. The only difference with the warranties is Deere's was for 2,000 hours. Cat offered us a 2,500-hour warranty. Our current loader we have now, we've got in 2014, and I think that has right around 2,500 hours on it, just to kind of know the hours that we put on the equipment, so.
The years are gonna burn up before the hours.
Correct, yep.
And with two of them, that's actually likely to probably decrease.
Correct, yep.
On both machines.
Yep. Yeah, I was quite surprised that Cat came in with the numbers that they did. Are there any questions on the numbers?
$17,000 credit?
Yep. Basically just, Cat wants the business.
Is that
Well, so that's them just
reflected in
taking 17,
the- Is that reflected in that 254?
Yes.
it's not a trade-in credit or?
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
It's, they're hungry, basically what it comes down to.
So just a minute ago, we were gonna get a John Deere, but now it looks like we're gonna get a Cat, huh? Which would you prefer?
We haven't had very many issues with our Deere that we currently have. We have a Deere, but being that Cat is lower, Cat's a great machine. Like I said, I didn't think Cat was gonna come anywhere close to Deere. Historically, they're usually a little bit higher. Cat service, I've had better luck with their service, getting parts and stuff like that, but yeah, my recommendation would be to move forward with a Cat. Just to break down the financing, like I said, the $100,000 down payment, and the remainder we would go through Janesville State Bank, 3 or 4 year. I'll have to adjust that for whichever way we go, just because those numbers I work with Mr. Finley on have changed, so when we do decide, I'll have to meet up with him and change those numbers, so.
If we're buying the Cat and keeping the John Deere, are the attachments interchangeable between the two?
No, they're not, because Cat has their own new coupler. Even if we went with a Deere, our old attachments would not work with it, because our old It's an older style. They have since come up with a newer, coupling system. So-
And the fees to upgrade both units is not included in this? Is that
No,
correct?
the coupling unit, you mean? No, not included. It would be much more cost effective to just get new attachments, because those couplers are so expensive. Yep.
So if you want the certain size bucket that you've got on the John Deere for on the cats, you would have to buy that one again.
Yeah, they're the same size bucket, same size thing.
Yeah, to start out with, but you've got other attachments.
Yeah, like, well, included in the bid is a set of forks, which is what we use quite a bit too, pallet forks. So that is included in both packages. But yeah, the only other thing would be, grapple, some kind of grapple unit in case trees go down and stuff like that. We use that quite a bit, but that would only be for the older machine. Yep. Touch on the snow plows, same exact snow plow, both packages. It's just that it has to be Deere in their plow or Cat in their plow. You know, you can't buy the Deere and get the cheaper Cat plow. You can't, that's not allowable, so to say. So.
Now, when you say coupling systems, you're talking like the hoses and stuff, or the actual?
No, the
like, how
actual
it-
where you drive into your implement and hook up.
Really?
Yep, they're different. Yep. Even when we purchased our one back in 2014, we upgraded, and I say upgraded, but it's the older style. So, just trying to keep moving forward with technology too, so, yep. And the snowplow would be one basically exactly like we have for our current payloader. Pusher, both wings move, oscillate, just real handy. As far as safety-wise, a payloader, I know we talked about, do we get a dump truck with plow setup or add another payloader? And just for safety, being up there perched in residential all the time, it's just, the visibility is unmatched, so. But, and the plow purchase would be coming out of the street reserve fund. We would be financing the payloader or the tractor itself, but the plow out of the reserve fund.
Well, I think if you want a cat, I'll make a motion to purchase the cat.
I'll second. All in favor of moving through with the cat 9:30? Aye.
Right.
All right, what else you got for us, Joe? Anything else? You're up here?
That was really it. So, let's touch on the park, that property. How would,
I have to talk to you about that, yeah.
is there a way to move forward with that, or what's the steps? I guess I'm not sure.
I'll talk to you.
You got it? All right.
That attorney guy was talking to me the other day, so I gotta tell you what that attorney guy said.
Perfect. Because I talked with the property owner today, and it is
Okay.
still available.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, 4 is sanitary and storm, you got anything on that?
Mm-mm.
5 is golf course. Nobody here for that?
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, thanks.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?